Little more size on Layton Christian, you can see. And Layton Christian can get the ball.
Yep. South Summit won the coin toss. They deferred to the second half, so Layton Christian has elected to receive.
And the ball gets blown off the tee. Hey, I thought one of the MVPs was the place we stayed last night. What do you think of Crystal Inn?
Yeah, appreciate Crystal Inn Suites in Mid-Valley. They're in Murray, the Mid-Valley location.
Great, convenient, right off the freeway, close to the mall. And I'll tell you, it was a good stay.
Oscar Dominguez will kick off right to left as you see it, and Layton Christian return left to right. Back to receive for Layton Christian.
Good
Braden
kick.
Bott, and that one's going to get into the end zone. Nope, he's going to bring it out, it looks like, as it was up at 5, and he stumbles and goes down. And great coverage by South Summit after a great kick, and Layton Christian about their own 12 or 11-yard line.
So kind of put themselves in a little bit of hole, and good kick, deep, but it was not deep, it was high. Gave the kicking guys in their lanes an opportunity to get down, fill those lanes, and a little bit of nerves early in the game. We saw it in the first game with San Juan and Summit Academy, but...
So Marcus Miles will come out at quarterback for Layton Christian under center. Halalilo about 7 yards off the ball at the 5-yard line. Miles takes a snap to give to Halalilo. Big hole on the right side. Up the middle he goes. Takes a shot in the second level. Has enough for a Layton Christian first down to the 24-yard line.
Boy, he hit that gap on the run. I'll tell you, he just he saw that open just off between that right guard and tackle, and he knew what to do with it.
I had a coach that said that was a hole big enough you could drive a Mack truck through it.
You could drive a Mack truck, and I'll tell you, he got through it too.
Halalilo, again, he got shut down last time these two teams played. That one run gives him more yards than he had the whole game last time around.
Wow, good confidence booster for him. And
1st and 10. Miles fakes the handoff, going to be a quarterback keeper, gets hit, and down he goes. Making the play defensively, Brady Freeman for South Summit.
We talked about tackles for loss in the pregame, and there's one for number 16. Is that Kyson Atkinson?
No, that was Brady Freeman. It was
Freeman.
57 that made the play.
57, okay.
Yep. Back to the 17-yard line, so a loss of 7 for Marcus Miles.
So after that first dynamic run, they come back with a loss, and back to the 17?
Yep, 17. So second down and 17 to go as a result. Halalilo, again, he's about 7 yards off the ball at the 10-yard line. One receiver to the right. Miles under center. Takes the snap, the give to Halalilo up the middle, trying to find some space. Gets hit after getting a nice gain up to the 25-yard line for a gain of 8 to make it 3rd and 9.
Kind of got back what he lost there. South Summit in that 4-3, setting back. The linebacker's so critical in this defensive scheme for South Summit. They got some good ones.
Yes, they do. A couple of changes offensively for the Layton Christian Academy Eagles coming into the game, Bott and Olubisi. And they're going to have them split wide right. In fact, they'll go trips right with Ellis out there as well. He's going to be tight right. Shotgun formation now for Miles with Halalilo to his left in the backfield. 3rd and 9, takes a snap. Drops back to pass, looking to the right side, throws the underneath route. That's going to be a caught and have enough for a first down on the pass to Olubisi for Layton Christian to move the chains.
And Olubisi did a good job kind of helping his quarterback out because he made that little curl, and as he curled, I don't think that was his first option there, but when he came back, gave his quarterback a good open seal and kind of boxed off his defender and first down. They overcame the tackle for loss.
So 1st and 10 now for the Eagles. Right side is Holani. Excuse me, that's Parker Rose. And they're going to hand off left side to Halalilo, trying to find some space, gets hit in the backfield, and down he goes. A loss of yards on the play. Braxton Blazer defensively for South Summit.
Boy, what great pursuit. South Summit, just those linebackers pursuing that defensive line, coming off those initial blocks and fighting through them. And that's second tackle for loss for South Summit in this first quarter.
Loss of 2 on that one makes it 2nd down and 12 for the Eagles.
The Layton Christian kind of moving at Zions Park Stadium here in Harriman towards the north.
They bring Montgomery wide right. Miles under center. Halalilo off the ball in the backfield. And
false start. No, delay game.
Delay game, yep. Play clock ran out, so delay a game against Layton Christian will move them back to the 31 and make it 2nd down and 17, which they've already faced once on this drive.
It's these delay games, a lot of them, there's substitution problems. Don't you feel like, Robert? Trying to get the packet in you want, it just takes a little extra time. And you got to clock what a great facility, but it's just a much smaller clock than we're typically used to playing.
Well, that's the game clock. The
game
play
clock?
Clocks are down low. They borrow those from Manti High
Right, they should have been
School.
able to see them, yeah.
Yeah, they can see those ones easy. They're big and low for the players to be able to see.
So it brings up 2nd and about 19, would you say?
2nd and 17,
17.
Yep. Miles, quick pass to the left side. That's going to be caught and brought down there as Olabisi again. A gain of about 5 to the 36-yard line.
Good safe pitch and catch that time. Get back that 5 you got. Give yourself a little more manageable 3rd and 12. I like how South Summit swarms to the ball. They do a good job. Coach Ruff's got that where you just attack the ball.
3rd and 12 now for the Eagles. Montgomery goes to the left. They bring out Olabisi and Sangjitfun to the right. Shotgun formation for Miles with Halalilo to his left in the backfield. 3rd and 12, takes a snap. 3-step drop, looking across the middle, looking for somebody. Has plenty of time. Now here comes the pressure from South Summit. Miles tucks it, going to try to run. Has the edge, gets to the 40, 45, picks up the first down to the 50-yard line is where he goes out of bounds. Marcus Miles able to escape and get it into South Summit territory.
And Miles did a good job. The offensive line was really stellar for Layton Christian. He had plenty of time to throw the football, but the coverage downfield, you look down there and just locked on coverage from South Summit. So tuck it and run it. But South Summit gave up the edge here, and a big run for Miles.
They have had 2nd and 17 twice on this drive and have been able to get the first down on the 3rd down each time. 1st and 10 here for the Eagles on the South Summit 49. Miles goes under center. Takes the snap. Left side handoff to Halalilo. Tries to find a hole. Slips through it. Has a first down as a flag comes in from behind the play as he gets down near the 35-yard line.
We're going to get a hold back here from the referee on that. You got to back. It's as quick as Miles. You really got to make that contact on the line of scrimmage because when he gets to second level, he's going to pick up chunks.
It happened 3 yards downfield, which if it's a hold, it'll be marked from there, and it is. So they'll go 7 yards back from the original line of scrimmage back to the 44-yard line.
Not.
So that'll make it 1st down and 17 instead of 2nd and 17.
Well, on one hand, they've shot themselves kind of in the foot a couple times, but they've been able to rebound and recover. But eventually, you can't do it too many times, or it's really a drive staller.
1st and 17 now for the Eagles. They bring Olabisi wide right. Halalilo in the backfield, Miles under center. Takes a snap. Gives it the middle to Halalilo. Big hole again to run through. And he'll be brought down by Stevens, but he gets back into South Summit territory at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, it's about a 10-yard run. And brings up a 2nd and, 7? Long 6?
Yeah, 2nd and 6. At the 45, need to get to the 39. After the 11-yard run by Halalilo. Miles again goes under center. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff. Rolls the pass. Here comes the pressure from South Summit. Able to avoid the first one, but not the 2nd or 3rd ones. As he goes down back at the 46-yard line is where they'll mark him for a loss of 9.
So it's just kind of been a really interesting series of losses and big gains. And
Noah Gunnarsson will be the one that gets credit for the sack as he makes the play.
Well, the first guy made contact with him. I kind of worried about a potential face mask because he was up high, but he was able to break loose from that, but couldn't beat the swarm of green.
This is the longest 3rd down they've faced on this drive. They had 2 long 2nd downs. They're able to eventually get the first down both times. Now they're 3rd and 15, 2 seconds on the play clock. Miles just gets it off in time, drops the pass, looking across the middle, surveying, dropping way back. Here comes the pressure, able to spin out of it, rolls to his left, going to throw downfield, has a man, that's going to be Halalilo at the line of scrimmage, got a block, bounces to the outside, into South Summit territory, has a first down and more, stays on his feet as he continues to break tackles down near the 20-yard line, and Layton Christian remains in business.
And we're talking highlight film that time. That play lasted 25 seconds, and the coverage broke down, but great quarterback play that time. Just kind of extending the play with your legs long enough to find your back out of the backfield. And, boy, they've overcome a lot of adversity, maybe self-created some of it, but resilient bunch of Eagles.
31-yard gain on the play. It was 3rd and 15. They pick up 31, 1st and 10 to the 23-yard line.
Boy, the offensive line, you look at that straight across the board, Robert. Big physical offensive line for Layton Christian.
Anchored by Captain Iverson report. Hand off to Halililo up the middle, lowers the shoulder, gets stood up and pushed back at the 19 for a gain of 4.
I like the call, because what you're saying right now is Layton Christian, we got this big offensive line, physical kids. We're going to wear you down a little bit. We're going to lean on you. We're going to run that football through the gaps and see if we can wear down a smaller South Summit team.
Really long drive, already approaching 4 minutes in the first quarter. So they've had it for nearly 8 minutes, have the Eagles. Miles in the shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Takes the snap, rides the handoff, pulls it out, going to tuck in and run, able to avoid an arm tackle, gets inside the 10 to the 5, makes a cut into the end zone. Touchdown, Layton Christian.
You look at that kind of zone read there, and as you watch him, he fakes the ball to 7, and as 7 comes out there, he just keeps the ball and runs, and he knows what to do with it. Big run for Layton Christian, and
Kyle Modlazzi was the running back that he faked it to, who came into the game for Halililo.
An 8-minute drive on that ends up with a touchdown.
8 minutes and 2 seconds off the clock. And Layton Christian strikes first in this semifinal game. Now on to kick the extra point is Timmy Olubisi. Holder is the quarterback, Miles. Snap is good. Hold is down. Kick is blocked as it never got above the line and easily blocked by South Summit. But Layton Christian strikes first with 3:53 to go in the first quarter of this 2A semifinal. It's the number 3 Eagles 6, number 2 South Summit 0 on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
Any Hour Services has a team of technicians that can take care of any plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning needs you might have around your house. Got a drain that's clogged? Call Any Hour Services. Need a ceiling fan installed? Call Any Hour Services. Can't get the heat to come on? Call Any Hour Services. Maintenance, repair, or install, any job, any size, Any Hour Services. Mention this ad and take $50 off your next visit. Call Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhour.com. No one helps more homeowners than Any Hour Services.
Welcome back here to Zions Bank Stadium as Layton Christian strikes first. A really good mix of the run and the pass, and they move it to, ultimately, they go 88 yards in 8 minutes and 2 seconds.
What a long drive.
Very long drive.
And so we've had a couple of times, the wind's going a little bit towards the northwest, but in the first game it knocked the ball off the tee a couple times and did so just now.
Olubisi set to kick it away. 3 back to receive for South Summit as they go a 3 deep. Olubisi with his approach. Kick is up high, short kick. It'll be taken to the 14-yard line. Bringing it out to the near side of the 20, to the 25. Got a block to the 30. Bounces to the outside, 40-yard line. To the 50 is where he'll be pushed out of bounds. A flag will come in on the play on the return from Brandon Mora. And we'll see what the penalty is. Likely, the timing of it shows it was likely on South Summit. Hold or block in the back potentially. He went out of bounds, they're going to say, at the 46-yard line in Layton Christian territory.
Good return. Officials talking about it, but I think you're right. It's going to go against the Wildcats. It wasn't a late hit.
No. Because it came out before, right as the play was ending.
Yeah, he did a good job after he received that high punt. Sometimes with a real high punt, sometimes your gunners will almost outrun their lanes a little bit. He tucked on the inside and got to the sideline, and personal foul.
I don't know that signal, unfortunately.
Is he saying somebody came from out of bounds and made contact? I don't know.
But they're going to move it back 15 from the end of the run, so it'll take it to the 39, and that's where South Summit will start their drive.
Kind of watching that, Robert, you can see it on the replay here. It comes down the side.
And the flag was right here in front of us, and so we couldn't see it on that. Lashley in the shotgun formation, takes a snap, inside handoff to Stembridge. Got a nice push from the line, and he gets out to the near the 45-yard line for a gain of 5.
And they run that receiver heading off to the right side. Kind of, it's almost a counter play, but picked up good first down yardage for the Wildcats. And
had the fake to Wolstenhume, and Stembridge with the 5-yard gain. On the tackle there was Braden Bott for the Eagles.
Braden Bott, a safety for Layton Christian.
Trips right, one receiver to the left. Shotgun formation for Lashley. Takes a snap, quick pass as it gets it out to the right side, and a loss of yards on the play to Dante Mikhailov as he gets brought down about the 42-yard line for a loss of 2.
Boy, and that was just super defense that time from Layton Christian. They read that play, got pursuit, got a little bit of help from the linebacker, and brings up third and now this is kind of where Layton Christian kept converting on these third downs and second downs. But
so 3rd and 7. 2 receivers to each side, double twin set. Lashley in the shotgun formation. Hard count. Layton Christian moved but didn't cross into the zone. 5 seconds on the play clock. Lashley resets, takes the snap. Looks to the left side, going to throw the out route, has a man. That'll be caught into Layton Christian territory, and Mikhailov stepped out of bounds after the reception, but he picks up a South Summit first down to the 44-yard line.
What a great throw. Just big third down conversion for South Summit. Kind of ran that quick out, caught the ball, got out of bounds, and
gain of 14 on the play.
Real fast first quarter, down to 2:21 remaining the first.
That's only because the last minute and a half's been slow.
Yeah.
Double twin set again. Lashley in the shotgun, takes a snap. The give to Stembridge up the middle. Able to bounce his way down the field inside the 40 to the 37 for a gain of 7.
Boy, he just does an awful quick job getting off on that. Good first step. Picked up a couple of good blocks. 68. Number 68 for the... There's a 66. I'm trying to pick his number up. We're going to get him in a minute, but great block.
Dayton Dean, or for South Summit?
For South Summit, yeah. The
Carter Wilson.
Carter Wilson, big block.
Takes a snap, does Lashley, fakes the handoff, quick slant route. That's going to be caught inside the 30. At the 27 is where he'll be brought down. As that one was not Mikhailov on the reception there. That time was Mitchell Gempler. He had a big game last week as well.
When he cuts inside of Max Montgomery, the free safety for Layton Christian, sealed him off. Good pitch and catch for South Summit.
10 yards on the nose for another first down. And 2 receivers to each side again. Lashley in the shotgun formation. Takes the snap, looks to his left, just throws out of the backfield to Stembridge, lowers his shoulder as the defense was there, and he's going to be driven back after a short gain to the 25, just outside of the 25, 26 we'll call it.
And Braden Bott on a great tackle that time. Good form tackle. They almost use that little dump-off pass. They run the back out. They got twins to both sides. They run the back out into the flats. It's as good as a run. It's a very safe play. But, Bott just did a great job making a great tackle. South Summit running the plays in from the sideline.
10 seconds on the play clock. They'll run Gempler, Wolstenhume, and Mikhailov to the right, Stevens to the left. Lashley takes a snap, fakes the handoff, quick pass coming to is that Gempler? Yes, it is. Lost the. He's able to hold on to the football. Looked like it slipped out, but able to hold on. He gets inside the 25 to the 23 for a short gain to make it 3rd and about 6.
Well, Elijah Ellis did a super job defensively because it's almost a bubble screen coming in, and he just came off those blocks and made the tackle. Brings up 3rd and 7.
So 3rd and 6 at the 23-yard line for South Summit. 8 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. Trips left, 1 receiver to the right. Lashley in the shotgun formation again. Takes the snap, drops the pass, steps up into the pocket, looks to throw, not there as he tucks it, now runs to the right side. Lashley able to slip out of the defense and steps out of bounds at the 12-yard line with a Wildcat first down as the quarter comes to an end. What a play by Bracken Lashley when the first quarter ended in this 2A semifinal. We'll take the break. It is number 3, Layton Christian 6, number 2, South Summit 0 on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
Welcome back here to Zions Bank Stadium. What a play by Bracken Lashley. You're going to get to see it again here. He steps up into the pocket, pumps like he's going to pass, looks like he got wrapped up, and then somehow slips out of that pile and picks up 11 yards.
Just very heads-up play. That kind of in pregame when his coach was talking about that ability to just trust yourself, make a play. And both offenses have made dynamic plays when they had to on both first possessions on both teams.
First and 10 from the 12-yard line now for South Summit as they try to tie and possibly take the lead here, trailing Layton Christian 6-0.
And that mixed extra point from Layton Christian kind of looms a little bit here.
Shotgun formation for Lashley. Takes the snap, quick pitch to Stembridge. Stembridge gets a block to the edge, cuts inside the 5, lowers the shoulder and is brought down to the 1-yard line for a first down, first and goal Wildcats.
What a great run. And you watch him as he comes outside. Layton Christian did a good job getting to the outside and taking away the far sweep, and he just kind of stuck that right foot in the ground and got right upfield and picked up the hard yards. First and goal.
First and goal from the 1 for the Wildcats. 11:35 to go here in the first half. They'll send Stevens to the left, trips right. Lashley in the shotgun formation with Stembridge to his right in the backfield. Lashley takes a snap, design quarterback run to the right side, looking for the edge, lowers the shoulder, gets brought down. Iverson report grabbed him from behind. There was, I believe, that was Talanoa and Olubisi were both right there too.
And I got to tell you that Iverson did a great job in pursuit because he just came down that line barreling and able to trip him up from the backside. And
so lost 2 yards on the play did Lashley. Second and goal from the 3-yard line. Stevens wide left. They put Gimpler to the right. 2 backs in the backfield, one to either side now of Lashley. Takes a snap. They give it to Stembridge following the lead block of Gunnarsson. He's going to get a yard is all. Makes it 3rd and goal from the 2.
Getting kind of close to where they were to start, but good hard run. So it brings up 3rd and goal.
Yeah, so they've gone 2 plays for -1 yard on this first and goal from the 1 series. 10:18 to go in the first half. 6-0, Layton Christian leads. South Summit trying to answer the big, long opening drive of Layton Christian where they took 8 minutes and 2 seconds. 3rd and goal here from the 2. Lashley in the shotgun formation, Stembridge to his right. Sends man in motion, that's Wolstenhume. Fakes the handoff there, drops the pass, rolls to his right, goes to Wolstenhume, lowers the shoulder, and he's going to go out of bounds at about the 1-yard line to make it 4th and goal from the 1.
Yeah, Braden Bott over there did a great job keeping him. You know, it's not where the guy is, it's where the ball goes. Good, quick little pass out in the flat. And you look at that, you know, just a really good defense. Big play right here. So this is where they started on first down, right? So first down, now we're down to 4th down, same place.
Yep, haven't moved a yard. They've gone back a couple and is able to get those 2 back on 2 successive plays. But 4th and goal at the 1 for South Summit. Lashley stays in shotgun. 2 receivers to the left. Takes the snap, and we're going to have a timeout called, it looks like, by Coach Roof right before the snap went. No, there was a flag at the back of the end zone.
Well, you got a lot of movement on that defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, let's see what the No, they call the timeout first. Okay. The timeout for Coach Roof came first. They wave off the flag. So we'll take a short break here with 9:51 to go in the first half of this 2A semifinal. Number 3, Layton Christian 6. Number 2, South Summit 0. The Wildcats with 4th and goal at the 1 when we come back on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
This school year will be different.
This year, I'll do my assignments on time.
I will listen to my teacher.
I solemnly swear.
Won't eat any glue.
I'll do my homework every night.
Every night.
Research? No problem.
School, I got this.
This year will be different. Visit Centricom.com to power your education with the best internet experience. Everyone succeeds with School to the Power of Centricom.
We're back here at Zions Bank Stadium. 4th and goal from the 1 out of the timeout. Lashley in the shotgun formation. Takes the snap. Rolls to his left. Looking to pass. Has to tuck it. Now just throws it. And it's going to be incomplete. And the Wildcats had 1st and goal at the 1. And they are not able to get it in. Layton Christian takes over deep in their own territory.
So remember, you talk about defining events in a game. Layton Christian faced a 1st and goal on the 1 foot line and kept him out of the end zone.
Yeah.
That's a big defensive stand for the Eagles. Now they got the big field to go.
Yeah, they take over on their own 1 with 9:45 to go in the first half. They lead at 6-0 over South Summit. Winner of this game moves on to play in number 1 San Juan next week after the Broncos beat Summit Academy 51-0 earlier today.
Yeah, and a kind of game that was not that close, but 36 games in a row for the San Juan Broncos.
South Summit showing pressure. They're going to bring the pressure up the middle. Halililo with the carry. He gets out to the 4-yard line for a gain of 3. Yeah. And gives him a little breathing room without the goal line right on top of him.
Yeah, you want to try to give yourself a little bit of a chance there. And, Riker Woodward, good stiff tackle there at the linebacker spot for the Wildcats. One thing you can't do is you just can't be cute down here. You got to try to use that big offensive line and get yourself some space.
Another handoff to Halililo. Had a nice hole to run through, lowers the shoulder, and gets out to the 9 to make it 3rd and 2.
Just hard-nosed runner. Big 3rd down and 2 right now. Now, South Summit, if they make a stop, they can get the ball in great field position. But what do you think, Robert? I'd lean on Miles again.
On Miles or Halililo?
Either one of them, but right now, Halililo is just kind of
Miles will go
physical.
Under 3rd and 2 from the 9. Miles takes the snap, the give to Halililo on the right side, able to stutter step, and gets the 1st down out of the 15. Make it the 16 with a 7-yard gain and a Layton Christian 1st down.
Robert, you talk about that stutter step as you watch it. He comes off that right side between the right guard and tackle, and then he breaks it back to the outside with that little stutter step. And, before South Summit could adjust and make that tackle with Caden Hunter, he just picked up a 1st down.
1st and 10 of the 17 or 16 now for the Eagles. Logo Montgomery wide right. Miles under center. Takes a snap. Hands off left side to Halililo. Cuts inside, able to avoid a tackler. Lowers the shoulder before being tripped up with a 26-27 for another 1st down run.
Picks up 11. I'll tell you, he's just got the motor running right now. And this time they went the right side last time. This time they come off that left side. Great blocking downfield. And
excuse me, that was not Halililo. That one was Modlazi on that carry. With the 11-yard run.
You look at certain stats that are important, and let's watch, Robert, because right now 3rd down production for Layton Christian really, really high.
Still got Modlazi in there as the tailback. Miles takes a snap. The give to Modlazi on the left side. Big hole to run through. Gets stood up and driven back at the 30. Making the 31 for the forward progress and a gain of 4.
Kyson Atkinson comes in again for the linebacker and makes a big stick. But, they're making tackles, but it's still a 4-yard gain. 3.5, 4-yard gain. So
they'll bring Halililo back into the game now. 7:05 to go in the first half. 6-0. Layton Christian leads South Summit, and the Eagles with their 2nd drive of the game at their own 31-yard line.
Look at this big offensive line right now, kind of leaning a little bit on South Summit.
Second and 6. Hand off to Halililo. Hit in the backfield, able to fight forward to get back to the line of scrimmage. Might have picked up a half a yard to the 32. Makes it 3rd and 5.
Great tackle. We talked about Kyson Atkinson. There's a reason he's the middle linebacker, a senior, 6'2". Big tackle for South Summit.
So 3rd and 5 now from the 32 for Layton Christian, and they have been big on third down conversion so far in this game. They send 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. The single to the left is Parker Rose. Shotgun formation for Miles. Halililo to his right in the backfield. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff. Quarterback keeper off the middle, and picks up a first down before Atkinson brings him down to the 40, but a gain of 7 and a first down run.
You get the great run that time off the zone read, and he did a good job running for the first down, but I don't think what is their third down production? It's perfect, right?
Yeah.
And Halililo brings obviously a crowd. So when he comes in with that zone read, everybody's going to flock to him. And he just pulled that ball and tucked it and ran for a first.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation again for Miles. 4-man front for the Wildcats, 7 in the box. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking for the quick pass, not there, tucks it to run now, got a block to the outside, cuts inside, and will be brought down after a short gain to the 42, maybe 43.
Good defensive, and we tucked it and ran. Good job, I thought, from, as he's going to run the ball, you watch down here, his receiver, his running back, actually, instead of picking up a cheap block in the back or a hold, sometimes you just get your hands in the air and let your quarterback go. 2nd and 7.
Yep, Cole Lloyd ended up with the tackle on that one for South Summit. So 2nd and 7 from the 43. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation again for Miles. Halililo to his left. Takes the snap. Drops back the pass. Throws down the middle. Has a man wide open. That's going to be caught. A flag flies at the end of the play. And Elijah Ellis takes it down to the 25-yard line for a big play. We'll see what the penalty is here.
I think it's going to be a hold on Layton Christian based on the conversation they're having. They're talking a spot foul. They brought Atkinson. You watch. So it's a middle linebacker blitz. He's coming right up that A gap, and which left the middle of the field open for Ellis right there.
And again, not a spot foul. It's from the line of scrimmage if it's in the backfield. So
that's right.
They'll mark it back from the 43 to the 33 and make it 2nd down and 17.
So I think he's just kind of pointing where the infraction happened, but whenever you gamble and bring your Mike linebacker up the middle like that, you almost got to get there, because if you don't, there's space available on the middle. And Ellis, a really, really super athlete, and he can make you pay. And that negates a big gain for Layton Christian.
Yes, it does. Makes it now 2nd and 17. Double twin set. Pistol formation now for Miles. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, quick pass on the screen to the wide receiver, makes the catch, and then Hunter, I believe it's Hunter that will bring him down. That is Montgomery on the catch for a gain of 6 to the 39.
Yeah, good 2nd down play. Get back that 5 yards. So, kind of the quick passing game right now is working right now for Layton Christian, and when you got the heavy run game, that quick passing game can make you just vertically defend, sideline to sideline. That's what San Juan does a good job. They make you defend the entire field, and right now Layton Christian doing a good job.
Under 4 minutes to go in the half. 3rd and 11. LCA's been huge on third down conversions this game, being perfect so far. Miles drops the pass, looks to his right, throws underneath. That's going to be caught for another first down on the pass to Montgomery at the 49-yard line.
And, good awareness from Montgomery, because as he runs that little curl, you watch, he knows where those sticks are. He knows where he needs to get. He gives his quarterback a first down and a great catch. And, boy, third downs have just been stellar right now for the Eagles.
Yeah, they remain perfect on third down conversions, and they've faced some long ones.
Yeah, they've overcome some TFLs, and they overcame a hold on this last series. And
Miles takes a snap, hand off to Halililo, big hole up the middle, bounces to the outside, makes a couple of guys miss. Another one missed to the 35, 30, 25, 15, and cuts inside of the 5, and he's going to step out of bounds. Yeah. They're going to say at the 12-yard line, but a big play again for Layton Christian as they're knocking on the door.
Yeah, good work from the lines judge over there. I saw him stepped out. But what great patience. You saw him when he got to the 20. He's directing traffic. He stops for his two blockers ahead. And
10 carries for 86 yards already in the game for Honolulu. That's 1st and 10 at the South Summit 12-yard line. 3:09 to go in the first half. They lead at 6-0 to Layton Christian. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Modlazzi in at running back. Miles in the shotgun formation, takes a snap, the give to Modlazzi. He goes up the middle, and it'll be brought down at about the 6-yard line. There is a flag right in the middle of the play.
Well, Noah Gunnarsson hit the quarterback, but he's not safeguarded there when he's running zone read right there.
Right.
He's a runner.
He took a shot, and Gunnarsson drove him all the way back 5 yards into the turf. And
he did, so that's
Miles
not going to be a call.
A penalty, but yeah, it's when you're running the RPO stuff, it's you're open.
You're giving yourself up for it. So
the flag sits at the 10-yard line. It's going to be a face mask against South Summit, so that'll move him to the 5-yard line. Not the from the end of the run to the 6 to the 3, and so still not an automatic first down. So it'll be
repeat first down. So
yeah, 1st and 1 from the 3-yard line. So 6 yards on the carry for Modlazzi. Yeah, the penalty on top of it to the 3-yard line.
And here's where if you're the Eagles, you don't get cute. Just give that ball. They got it. Just give the ball. They got Modlazzi in as running back now.
Miles under center. Takes the snap. Fakes the pitch, inside handoff to Ellis. Ellis tries to cut upfield. He gets wrapped up and driven back, but he got to the 1 for a first down, making it and goal for Layton Christian.
Boy, he met a brick wall there that time, a green, keeping him from getting in the end zone, but not too big a gain, right? 2nd and...
I picked up the first down, so it's first and goal from about a yard and a half out.
So you dropped it. They still got the chains up. Now they've dropped them.
So 1st and goal. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation with Modlazzi still in running back. Miles takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Quarterback keeper slipped, able to stay on his feet. Now he gets wrapped up and drugged down. And he'll be losing yards on the play on the tackle there for South Summit, Brady Freeman.
Brady just grabbed him by the jersey and kind of flung him to the ground, but he had help from his friends in front, and that's going to be a loss.
Loss of 2 on the play for Miles. So 2nd and goal from the 3 now for Layton Christian. 2 minutes to go in the first half. South Summit's defense trying to get their own big goal line stand.
Layton Christian kind of rotating between the running backs, between Modlazzi and, what do they got a timeout right here?
No, the coaches want to talk about something. So the near side line judge is coming over to talk to Coach Roof and his assistants on the sideline.
So we talk about between Halilolo
and Modlazzi.
But you talk about rotating them. What does that do in your fourth quarter? You got more fresh legs. You got a lot of advantages to it.
Yeah, those two are already over 100 rushing yards combined, and you add Miles' 27 rushing yards in there as well. They're sitting at over 130 rushing yards so far in this game. And they've thrown for 67. So they're approaching 200 yards on the day, are the Eagles, on 2 drives.
Yeah.
1:54 to go in the half here. Coach Roof continues to have his discussion. The White Hats made his way over to the sideline as well.
So that kind of, when you go back and forth, Halilolo really dynamic in that first possession, I thought, for them. Kind of set the tone a little bit.
It's 2nd and goal from the 3.
So a lot of discussion over here. I don't know what the discussion's about, but
Coach Roof has now gone back to his position on the sideline. The officials are returning to their locations as well. 2nd and goal from the 3. Miles goes under center. Modlazzi the tailback. Receiver to the right is Montgomery. Miles takes the snap, gives left side to Modlazzi, hits the hole hard, and he'll be brought down at the 1 for a gain of 2. 3rd and goal.
Boy, he did hit that hole hard, but good defensive, stopped it in. You look at a couple guys there for South Summit. Noah Gunnarsson really on the trip there. They stopped it a little bit, but
Gunnarsson was behind it on the trip. It was Braden Osgathorpe.
Is that on the backside?
Gunnarsson was behind.
Okay.
Osgathorpe with the trip. So 3rd and goal from the 1. Split Montgomery wide right. They brought Halolilo back in. Miles under center. Takes a snap. The give to Halolilo. Lowers the shoulder. Did he get in? Yes, he did. A touchdown, Layton Christian. The extra effort by Halolilo.
Just kept driving his feet. He kind of turned backwards with the ball. Made it a little more difficult, but good run. Let's watch him off that surge. He comes off. He gets a really, really good surge up front from the offensive line. He's in. So do you go for two here, Robert, or do you kick it? Depends on your confidence right here, right? You missed the first one.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for two based on what we're seeing right now.
Don't see a T.
So they will split two receivers to each side. Double twin set here. Miles will be in the shotgun formation with Halolilo to his left in the backfield. 1 minute to go in the first half. Miles takes a snap, drops the pass. Here comes the heavy pressure, rolls, throws into the end zone. That's going to be caught. Making the play is that Elijah Ellis with the catch, and it's 14-0 with 1 minute to go in the first half. Layton Christian leads South Summit in this 2A semifinal on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
Feeling hurt? Uncomfortable standing, walking, or running? Salt Lake Running Company offers free custom shoe fittings. With an assortment of functional footwear and inserts, we've got solutions to help you have your best workout, work day, or work escape. For over 25 years, SLRC's award-winning customer service has helped people find the perfect personalized fit that keeps them comfortably moving. Visit us at one of our locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com today.
Another, let's see, that ended up being an 8-minute and 45-second drive. 2 8+ minute drives by Layton Christian. They lead at 14-0. Yep. South Summit only had the ball once, and they got stopped on the 1 yard line.
It's like, are you down 14-0 against Wyoming, or are you down 14-0 against Air Force? Two different ball games, because Air Force is going to control the clock and run the ball. And so right here, South Summit had just, how many possessions have they had? It's
just
been limited, just one.
Deep kick, and that one will easily get into the end zone. And so it'll be 20-yard line for South Summit.
So you got a minute to go. You got some timeouts. And really, I think you got to try to get production right here.
Got 2 timeouts left for the Wildcats.
Boy, these drives have been
They
sustained.
will get the ball to start the second half.
They will. So that big goal line stand from Layton Christian just is a huge component of this game right now. That was a big stop.
1st and 10 of the 20-yard line. And they have the big play threat with the tight end Stratton Stevens, Gempler at wide receiver. Lashy drops back to pass, looks across the middle, heavy rush, and down he goes as he was looking at stepping up, and he gets brought down to the turf defensively. That was Brian Pongai with the big sack.
Boy, he just – and now at this point, I think you just got to let the clock run and get to halftime. I just don't know it's worth the risk-reward right here.
Yeah, take one knee, clock run out.
And get out to halftime, get the ball back in, and regroup.
2nd down and 20 at the 10-yard line. Lashy in the shotgun formation. Takes a snap. He is going to drop the pass. Throws that downfield looking for Stevens. And behind everybody, that falls incomplete. 19 seconds to go in the half.
So they're coming over to get the play right here, and I think you're going to see him kneel on it right now. It looked like that's what they were. Big first half for Layton Christian, right? They just have answered both sides of the ball, the bell at both sides, and the run game just been big for the Eagles right now.
Double twin set. Lashy in the shotgun formation. Takes a snap. He is going to drop the pass again. Throws deep down the sideline. Has a man. Gempler comes free. Makes the catch into Layton Christian territory. Makes a move, and will be brought down near the 30-yard line with 10 seconds to go in the half. At the 31, South Summit with a big play.
So much for risk reward, right? That's why we're not coaching, right? Big throw. He had one guy to beat. They're going to
59-yard gain.
It is a timeout right now, so.
And they'll have one timeout left. A big play there as Lashy connects with Gempler. And gets the play down to the 31-yard line. And they do have a kicking ability, too, does South Summit. So,
yeah,
with Dominguez.
The wind's kind of blowing against the kick right here, but not real big, right?
Right. You can see the flags on the goalpost. Not giving you too much. Lashley looked to the left and threw deep down the right sideline, and Gempler was able to just beat his man. Made a nice catch.
I don't think Layton Christian thought they were going to throw the ball.
Yeah.
But got man-to-man coverage out there, and he got protection to throw it. The one risk about throwing the ball there is a safety or a sack.
So it'll make it now a first down and 10 at the Layton Christian 31 for.
So do you try to get 10 seconds where you still got time to get a timeout and then a more manageable 20-yard throw?
Yeah, we'll see what they do here. Dropping back to passes, Lashley. Looking across the middle now, throws the outside route, looking for Gempler just through his hands. It falls incomplete, a little high as he jumped for it. 6 seconds now to go in the half.
If he'd have caught that, they'd have been able to get a timeout. Right now, you got to get the ball into the end zone right now with 6 seconds. So
they're going to bring in Dominguez and go for the field goal are the Wildcats. So it's a ball to 31. That'll make it a 48-yard field goal.
It's a pretty good kick right here with a little bit of wind against him, but
Oscar Dominguez set to kick it. And
timeout, Layton Christian.
Yeah, Layton Christian calls timeout. The front line for Layton Christian, they were talking to the official, pointing at something. They didn't like something they saw, and they will get the timeout in. We're going to keep it right here with 6 seconds to go in the half. So South Summit electing to go for the field goal try here, and from 48 yards with Oscar Dominguez.
It'd be a big kick, but you got to, if you can get points on the board going into the locker room, you know, it's something, because possessions have been really, really hard to come by. And it's because of the ball control, sustained drives from the Eagles in this game, where their drives have been effective, they've scored, but they've taken off just huge chunks of time.
Trying to look and see if we have a field goal kicks this year for
Summit Academy. I mean, for South Summit.
Yeah, for Dominguez. On, let's see. As they come back out of the timeout there, 48 yards is the attempt.
Zach West will be the holder. That's a big part of this right here from this distance. And
Dominguez is kick is up, and that one did get tipped at the line, so no good on the attempt there for Dominguez. He has made a 44-yarder this season, but he gets blocked on that one. So South Summit will have the first half come to an end, down 14-0 to Layton Christian in this 2A semifinal game. We'll take the break and come back with our Jones and DeMille Engineering halftime show next on Team Live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West, or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Any Hour Services has a team of technicians that can take care of any plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning needs you might have around your house. Got a drain that's clogged? Call Any Hour Services. Need a ceiling fan installed? Call Any Hour Services. Can't get the heat to come on? Call Any Hour Services. Maintenance, repair, or install, any job, any size, Any Hour Services. Mention this ad and take $50 off your next visit. Call Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhour.com. No one helps more homeowners than Any Hour Services.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
This school year will be different.
This year, I'll do my assignments. On time.
I will listen to my teacher.
I solemnly swear.
I won't eat any glue.
I'll do my homework every night.
Every night.
Research? No problem.
School, I got this.
This year will be different. Visit Centricom.com to power your education with the best internet experience. Everyone succeeds with School to the Power of Centricom.
Welcome back here to Zions Bank Stadium. Robert Lovell with you alongside Curtis Marsh on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports. Being entertained now is the crowd here at Zions Bank Stadium by the South Summit drill team as they entertain the crowd here at the break. And at the half in this one, this is a 14-0 ball game for number 3 Layton Christian leading number 2 South Summit as the Eagles have put together 2 drives that have gone over 8 minutes each. And then they stopped South Summit on first and goal at the 1. They got a stop there on 4 plays, and then they were able to block a 48-yard field goal attempt as the first half came to an end. And so right now, Layton Christian firing on all cylinders.
They are, and just controlling that clock. You talked about those drives. South Summit, typically you want to get those possessions, 8 or 9 possessions, at least a game. And right now, really limited for South Summit, and that kind of makes you press. You come out this first drive, I'll tell you, it's crucial for South Summit because they proved they can move the ball.
Yeah.
But the goal line stand, they get the ball first and goal on the 1-yard line and don't score. And that was big.
Somebody texted me and said that Elijah, O-I-L-E-S. So I'm going to say Oils. Could it be Oilus?
Well, it's Elijah Ellis is his name. We've got the PA asking us name. So let's continue to look at our first half stats here as the PA announcer trying to check a name for us. But let's go back to those first half stats. Total offense in this first half, Layton Christian, they've had the ball twice. They've gone 2 drives, and they have 209 yards, which
209 on the ground.
209 yards total.
Total offense.
In 2 drives. 67 passing, 142 rushing. For South Summit, 109 offensive yards, 86 passing, 23 rushing in this first half for the South Summit Wildcats. And so they've got the bigger play, the 2 long drives for Layton Christian. And South Summit had 1 good drive, but it was a short field after a good kick return. And so they didn't have as many yards to get down to the 1. And then they did have the big play to get down to the 30. But 100 more yards of offense for Layton Christian. But I don't feel like that's really indicative of how how the game has gone necessarily.
No, both teams have moved the ball, but it's just the sustained drives. And you watch that first drive, and South Summit didn't touch the ball till the first quarter was almost over.
Yeah.
And so that's why goal line stands are so important. That's why every possession becomes gold in the second half, because and South Summit's talking right now about how do we stop first down with the running attack, that's coming at us so hard, because
Halililo, yeah.
I mean, he's just been outstanding.
Yeah,
and then they've countered it with the other running back coming in, but and the ability of the quarterback to tuck it and run it at times. He picked up a big first down doing that off his own read. So I'll tell you, Layton Christian has to be saying we executed our game plan coming into this about as well as we could.
Both teams are converting well on third down.
Right.
Layton Christian 7 of 8, South Summit 3 of 4.
Yeah.
On third down conversions. Layton Christian has just faced some long second and third downs and has still been able to get the job done.
It was the one, yeah. You know, sometimes if you're in 4-down territory, maybe third down percentage kind of goes out the window if you're going to get it on 4th down.
Right.
But really, South Summit well defended on 4th down, keeping South Summit out of the end zone. But what did they do after that? They went 99 yards and got down after that drive. Yeah. So really effective Layton Christian offense and defense. And we know the caliber of team South Summit is. This first drive, I think, really important that they get down the field and get some points.
Let's take a look at the individual stats now, Curtis, starting with Layton Christian and know what they look like individually.
Yeah, you look at Layton Christian, you look at the running attack, and you know when you get Trevor Halalilo almost 100 yards, 99 yards in the first half, you know, and then nice runs with Marcus Miles, 45 yards, you know, and then you come in here with
Kaya Madlazi.
Yeah, and he had 16 yards, so 162 yards rushing in a half, you know, an average of 5.9. That's just big. And, you know, the passing game, you know, Miles, perfect, 5 for 5. Can't do much better than 67. That offsets that, you know. And then the receiving, only 3 receivers caught the ball 67 yards, but that balance has helped them. You know, you look at neither team punted the football. Does that surprise you? You know, no big turnovers, no big errors, but all-purpose yards, 128 for Halalilo. That's just a big first half, 127 yards. Let's take a look at the Wildcats, you know, running attack. You know, they haven't had the possession. So, you know, 35 yards on the ground for South Summit. Passing 7 for 10 for Bracken for 86 yards. You know, but a lot of that came on that last play of 50 yards down the sideline here. So receiving, he's got the ball to 4 different receivers, but Mitchell Gempler, 72 yards on 3 receptions, and Dante picks up 2 for 12, and so neither team's punted, returns, one missed field goal that was blocked at the end of the game, and so all-purpose yards, Gempler was 79, and Brandon Mora with 44 for South Summit. So I agree with you. It's a pretty balanced game, other than the fact that I wonder if we had how many different plays. You know, obviously, Layton Christian had a lot more offensive plays.
12 more, 29-17.
29-17.
And average yards per game per play for Layton Christian 7.2, South Summit 6.4.
So it's close, right?
Yeah, it's close. Penalties 3 for Layton Christian, 2 for South Summit. They're close. The big difference is South Summit was unable to score when they got to the 1, and then they ran out of time on their next drive with halftime looming. And so the 2 long possessions, 16 minutes and 48 seconds is what here's the time of possession. 16 minutes and 52 seconds for Layton Christian, 7:08 for South Summit. Now South Summit has the chance to flip that because they'll get the ball to start the second half.
And you know, you're down 14. Well within striking zone of these kind of teams, but if you're going to assume that you're going to have to stop these possessions, and South Summit's going to have to make sure that Layton Christian is not as effective moving the chains, especially on third downs, so they can get the ball back and get back in this game. But this first possession, a pretty big one.
Yes, it is. So at the half, it is again 14-0 Layton Christian. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and get ready for the second half and also give you some other scores of the games that have happened this weekend here at the semifinal games at Zions Bank Stadium in Harriman. 14-0 at the break, and number 3 Layton Christian leads number 2 South Summit. Winner plays number 1 San Juan next week in the state championship. You're watching on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
Feeling hurt? Uncomfortable standing, walking, or running? Salt Lake Running Company offers free custom shoe fittings. With an assortment of functional footwear and inserts, we've got solutions to help you have your best workout, work day, or work escape. For over 25 years, SLRC's award-winning customer service has helped people find the perfect personalized fit that keeps them comfortably moving. Visit us at one of our locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com today.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses the brands you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Any Hour Services has a team of technicians that can take care of any plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning needs you might have around your house. Got a drain that's clogged? Call Any Hour Services. Need a ceiling fan installed? Call Any Hour Services. Can't get the heat to come on? Call Any Hour Services. Maintenance, repair, or install, any job, any size, Any Hour Services. Mention this ad and take $50 off your next visit. Call Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhour.com. No one helps more homeowners than Any Hour Services.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
Welcome back here to Zions Bank Stadium. At the break, it is Layton Christian 14, South Summit 0. Earlier today, San Juan, number 1, San Juan beat number 5, Summit Academy 51-0 in the first semifinal for 2A. So San Juan awaits the winner of this game in the 2A state championship next Saturday at SUU's Eccles Coliseum. That'll be a 4 o'clock kickoff there in Cedar City. And this one's 14-0. Layton Christian with the lead. And we've already talked kind of about the teletape there, so let's continue to give you updates on other games we had. Yesterday, Rich and Monticello dominant performances in the 8-man semifinal games. So they will play in the 8-man state championship next Saturday at 10 a.m. at SUU. And then 2 just fantastic 1A semifinals yesterday. Incredible games. Beaver holds on for the win over Kanab 20-13. And then in overtime, Enterprise came from behind to beat Duchesne 18-12 in overtime, and Enterprise moves on. So you've got another rivalry with Beaver and Enterprise playing in the state championship next week at 1 o'clock there at SUU. And then later today, we will have the 3A semifinals coming up next. Number 1, Richfield. Number 4, Canyon View. And that'll be a heck of a game. Those two teams have had some great battles the last 3 years.
And Richfield kind of broke through and got the win because Canyon View's kind of had their number. And the second game with Morgan and Manti, boy, it's just a great setup for football.
Really intriguing game. Both games should be fantastic.
And going back to the 1A, when you get your semifinal matchups decided by 13 points total in overtime in one of them, it was just and shout out to Kanab. they battled some injuries this year, and they came back and they gave Beaver all they could handle.
Yeah, heck of a game they played yesterday. It just fell a little bit short, and great job to Beaver. They took the 20-7 lead at half, didn't score in the second half, but they held on, did enough to get the win. And then again, Duchesne Enterprise held what most coaches I've talked to in 1A have called Parker Crum the best player in 1A.
Yeah, he's good.
And the Enterprise held him, by my stats, I had him, I think, with 9 carries for -5 yards.
Wow.
At quarterback, and they just bottled him up. And Crum's a heck of a player, but Enterprise had a great defensive game plan for him and slowed them down, and Enterprise did enough offensively to get the win. That big offensive line for Enterprise, so good and so big and so strong, really got the big push there for them. So,
and it's been so competitive, and I think the addition of Millard and Beaver down to that classification, it's just loaded. It's tough, and it's been fun to watch 1A football this year, but and this matchup right here has been spectacular. I mean, think about 1A football. These Layton Christian Eagles won the 1A title last year, and now they're back here, and they're pretty impressive. They played well.
Yeah, heck of a team, that's for sure. And they've got some of those key players back. Iverson Report on the line is so good, and was a big player for him last year. He's back this year. Elijah Ellis, another big player for him last year that's back. Max Montgomery was big for him last year. Olabisi played for him last year. So they brought some of those some key players back. They obviously lost a lot off of that team as well, but they do have some of those key players back and some additions, and it's certainly a quality team as Layton Christian. South Summit, this is a lot of the same guys they had last year in that semifinal run they had, and they got stopped 35-0 by Beaver last year in the semis. They're trying to push past it, and as you said already, that this opening drive to start the second half is going to be crucial.
Be big, and there's a difference between, kind of playing at a crisp level and panicking. There's no need to panic, but I just think this first series you need to establish right now that we're going to go down and get some points, and then play defense at that point. So if you do. If it's 14-7 in the third quarter, then we got a ball game again. But a lot of good football. This has been an interesting game.
Yes,
a lot of
has.
fun. And I like the different color combinations, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you get them and you're kind of like, we did Grand and South Superior, and it was like pretty tough to tell sometimes. I mean, and now you got green against maroon and white.
Yep, green and black, maroon and white.
It's easy.
South Summit's going to go left to right to start this second half. Layton Christian will kick right to left to begin half number 2. Again, 14-0 is your score. Layton Christian with the lead over the South Summit Wildcats. Winner moves on to play number 1 San Juan Saturday, 4 o'clock in the afternoon at SU's Eccles Coliseum. As
Olabusi's done a good job, I think, in the kick game, don't you think? I mean, he's kicked some high and he's deep. And right now he wants to boom one and try to kick South Summit, kind of get them into a hole right now for Bryce Pulver and the deep backs right now for South Summit, including Damon Milburn. And a lot of speed back there for South Summit. They'd like to get this ball out of the 30-yard line if they could to start this third period.
Yeah, it's Osgothorpe, Milburn, and Mora back to receive. Olabi set to kick it away. As we get the third quarter underway in this second 2A semifinal game.
We saw an onside kick in the first game at the start of the third quarter with the Summit Academy picking up an onside kick.
Olabisi's approach, high kick again. It'll be taken at the 13 by Milburn, out across the 15 to the 20. 25 follows the lead blocker to the 30. Kind of slipped through to the 32-yard line. So a decent return, and that's where South Summit will start their first drive of the second half.
In spite of the size difference on the offensive line and defensive line, I thought South Summit, obviously they're kids that have been in the weight room, they're strong, and they're well coached.
They started their own 31 is where they spot it with 11:53 to go in the third quarter. One receiver to the right, that's Gempler. 2 receivers to the left for the Wildcats. Shotgun formation for Bracken Lashy. Takes a snap. The give to Stembridge off the left side. Kind of stutter stepped into the hole, spun out of a tackle, now dives forward across the 35 to the 36 for a gain of 5.
But great second effort on that time because it looked like he was kind of bottled up. Kind of hit there after a 1 or 2 yard gain, but just kept spinning, driving his feet. That was a lot of effort at that time.
Give you a couple of college scores. Utah leads Arizona State 30-3, and they're waiting for the PAT on that one. We'll come to some of those here in a minute. Lashy, shotgun formation, 2nd and 5. Drops back to pass. Here comes the heavier pass rush. Lashy rolls to his right, has a man open underneath. That's going to be caught by Gempler. Lowers his shoulder on the sideline to the 42-yard line and picks up a South Summit first down.
A super play that time because the pressure came, and it came hard and fast. And Bracken, he's going to roll out to his right. And as he's rolling out to his right, he has Iverson report, and we've seen his lateral quickness on his back, and he made a super throw on the sideline.
SUU and Lincoln, California are tied at 6. Utah Tech and Abilene Christian are tied at 7 in those games. 1st and 10 now for South Summit, their own 42-yard line. Lashy takes a snap. Heavy pressure coming. Quick pass underneath to Gempler. Caught at the 50-yard line into his Layton Christian territory as he breaks one tackle before being brought down to the 43-yard line for another Wildcat first down.
That great pitch and catch, just quick 3-step drop, get it out there, and Mitchell caught it, got some yards after the catch, and back-to-back first downs right now. And this is kind of the drive they were looking for to get points, first possession. And
5 catches for 93 yards in this game so far for Gempler. They'll go 2 receivers to the left, Gempler wide right. Shotgun formation again for Lashy. 1st and 10. Takes a snap, quick pitch out to Stembridge, cuts inside, gets wrapped up, and flags are going to fly on the play as he gets driven back. Making the initial stop was Brian Pongai.
Well, I saw a hold to grab a jersey of on South Summit, but they didn't call it. But I saw it. We got a great vantage point.
We'll see what the officials determine here. The flag sits 1 yard deep into the backfield.
Yeah, you see the jersey stretch there, you know.
It is going to be a hold on South Summit, so they'll mark it off from the line of scrimmage at the 43-yard line and take it back to the 47-yard line in their own territory.
You know, you see Layton Christian, they got that penetration there, and it was Brian Pongai that they held. Pongai that they held.
And he made the tackle still.
Yeah, well, they didn't hold him good enough.
1st and 20. Trips right, 1 receiver to the left. Shotgun formation for Lashy. Takes a snap. Looks across middle, going to throw deep down the sideline for Stevens. Goes up and makes the catch. Stratton Stevens.
What a grab. What a grab. Double coverage. I mean, they're throwing into that. You got Braden Bott and Justin Sow back there, and it's double coverage. And in between both the defenders, what a great throw by Bracken.
31-yard gain. Stevens' first catch of the game. He is the team's leading receiver coming into the semifinal. 1st and 10 of the LCA 22 now for South Summit. 9:45 to go in the third quarter. Lashy in the shotgun formation. Trips right, 1 receiver to the left. Takes a snap. Flag flies. We're going to get a false start on South Summit.
Boy, they're just kind of, they compounded the last play with the hold now with the false start, making it 1st and 15.
They'll take it back to the 27-yard line. So 1st and 15 now for the Wildcats. 9:35 to go in the third quarter. 14-0 Layton Christian.
So you think maybe they'll come back out here to Mitchell Gempler, wide receiver on this far side. See how they cover him.
Lashy's going to roll to his right. Thought about tucking and running it. Report causing all kinds of problems, though. Now he throws and just gets that one thrown away. Out of bounds it goes, incomplete.
Yeah, you get Iverson Report breathing down your neck, and he's going to knock you down, and a little slow getting up.
He wanted to tuck it and run right there, but Report able to bounce off the block and move inside and then force him to go back outside and still be able to make the play.
Pretty athletic for the size he has. He's really athletic and pursues real well.
So 2nd down and 15 for South Summit at the Layton Christian 27. They'll go 2 receivers to the right. That's Wolstenhume and Gempler. 2 to the left, Mikhailov and Stevens. Shotgun formation for Lashy. Stembridge to his left in the backfield. Takes the snap. No handoff. Quick underneath pass. It's going to be caught by Stevens inside the 20. It'll be knocked out of bounds. I think the 18 is where they'll spot it. Make it the 19 is where they'll put it.
I like that throw. Just man-to-man coverage. Justin Sow over there, the cornerback. Get a chunk of that. Make it 2nd and manageable. 3rd and 7. Yeah, obviously 4 down territory right now for South Summit.
Yeah, at the 19, they need to get to the 12. 9:06 to go in the quarter. 14-0 Layton Christian.
Their 3rd down conversions were solid in the first half as well.
Yeah. Just missed the one where they ended up not getting it on fourth down either.
Yeah.
Lashy talking to his team, checks the play clock, gets the snap off, drops back to pass, quick pass across the middle. Wolstenhume goes up, makes the catch into the end zone. Touchdown, South Summit, Britton Wolstenhume.
Well, and you talk about a pass because he split the difference with Max Montgomery and Isaiah Vea there. They were there defensively in zone, but just great. I mean, just Bracken just threaded the needle on it, and Wolstenhume took it in for 6. Well, that first possession was important if you're a South Summit fan, and they answered the bell.
Dominguez on for the extra point now. Snap is good, hold is down, kick is up, and
it's out of the stadium.
Yeah, that's right.
This is a soccer stadium, and unless they have somebody out there in the
well, they told the teams yesterday that you have to have a runner, somebody that's able to go get the ball when you kick on that side of the field. So South Summit able to score on their opening drive of the second half. 8:58 to go in the third quarter. Number 3, Layton Christian 14. Number 2, South Summit 7 on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
Any Hour Services has a team of technicians that can take care of any plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning needs you might have around your house. Got a drain that's clogged? Call Any Hour Services. Need a ceiling fan installed? Call Any Hour Services. Can't get the heat to come on? Call Any Hour Services. Maintenance, repair, or install, any job, any size, Any Hour Services. Mention this ad and take $50 off your next visit. Call Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhour.com. No one helps more homeowners than Any Hour Services.
Welcome back to Zions Bank Stadium. Dominguez, after making the extra point, now set to kick it away for South Summit. 2 back deep to receive for Layton Christian. Kick is away, and that'll be taken by Braden Bott, but he is in the end zone, so they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line, and that's where Layton Christian will start their first drive of the second half.
And they really defended that kick as an onside kick. They had 9 guys up.
Well, that's how they started. That's how they just do it.
Do they?
Yep. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for Layton Christian. With 8:57 to go here in the third quarter. See if they can answer what South Summit did on their opening drive of the half.
And they were so effective in that first 2 quarters right now offensively. And, don't underestimate the contribution of Marcus Miles as quarterback. The decision-making, pretty solid for the Eagles.
Miles will be in the shotgun formation, takes a snap, rides the handoff, going to pull it out and keep it himself, able to break 1 tackle, then gets tripped up at the 25 and falls forward to the 27-yard line for a gain of 7.
Stopped by Braden Oscathorpe, but a good first down run. And one of the ways to get good third down conversion rate is to have productivity on first down. But they did it a little different because they had to overcome some tackles for loss and some penalties, but pretty hard to keep a team as talented as the Eagles from converting first down if they get 8 on first.
2nd down and 3. Miles in the shotgun with Halililo to his left in the backfield. Takes a snap, handoff to Halililo, bounces to the outside as he got a big hole to run through, and he'll be wrapped up at the 35, 36-yard line for Layton Christian first down.
Yeah, Noah Gunderson came inside on that, tried to make a tackle, and Halililo just broke it to the outside. He's a good back. He's versatile. He's able to read his blocks and be patient that time, and good run.
So 1st and 10 of the 36-yard line for the Eagles. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They bring Modlazzi in now at tailback. Miles in shotgun formation. Sends Bott in motion left to right. Takes a snap. The give to Bott. Bott follows the lead blockers. Cuts upfield. And he gets wrapped up right near the marker for a first down. It looks like he has it to the 46. Braden Bott's first carry of the game. Goes for 10 yards.
And they're moving the chains right now again. So that 4-3 right now, you got to stop the run. And right now, I think really South Summit's got to control this first down right here. You can't give them 7, 8, 6 on first down.
Bot goes in motion again. This time they're going to give the handoff to Modlazi. And
They're going to have motion penalty, it looks like.
Flagged by the umpire.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be motion with the umpire. It's going to be something different. It's going to be a false start.
Yep, false start. So moving back 5 yards to the 41.
Guess that's one way to hurt first down production, right, with the penalty.
So 1st and 15.
Gives him a chance to bring Halalilo back in as the running back.
They go 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Miles again in the shotgun formation. Takes the snap. Quick slant pass. It's going to be caught by Bott. Takes a shot at the 50-yard line, brought down to the 49, but a gain of 10 on the play to make it 2nd and 5.
Boy, he took a shot from Oscathorpe, Braden, but what a great picked up, 10?
Yep. Bott's first catch of the game.
Just a slant. Ball thrown. Good timing from Miles. And
shotgun formation again for Miles. More of a pistol with Halalilo to his left behind him. Flag flies on the outside of the play. Halalilo breaks 1 tackle and gets brought down to the 41, which would be a first down if it stands.
Yep.
Marcus Miles with his hands in the air looking at the official. Doesn't like what apparently the penalty is going to be. Official lets the white hat know what it is.
It's the umpire know because he's going to be marching it off and
Just
false
gonna be
start.
A false start, yeah. So take him back to the 46-yard line and make it 2nd and 10.
2 on this possession right now.
I think Coach Stowers wondered why the play happened if it was a false start.
Exactly, because you just don't want to see somebody get hurt, kill it right there. If it's motion or shift, you let it go, but kill it right there on encroachment and or on a false start. But
so 2nd down and 10. They'll bring Rose wide left, 2 receivers to the right, shotgun formation for Miles. Takes the snap. He's going to drop back to pass, looking underneath, throws across the middle. That's going to be caught by Montgomery. Gets driven back, but he got right to the sticks to make another first down catch at the 43-yard line.
The awareness to know where they got to go is important right now. And another sustained long drive again for Layton Christian.
11-yard gain on the pass to Montgomery.
And their mix run-to-pass ratio, I think, has been really, really spot on.
Yes, it has. Yeah, they've already taken off on this drive 3.5 minutes after having 2 8-minute drives, more than 8-minute drives in the first half. They're going to go 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun, or under center, now, is Miles. Takes the snap, gives the handoff to Halalilo, gets hit and driven back. A pair of Wildcats there to make the play, no gain.
Well, Kyson Atkinson was one of them, and I'll tell you, he laid the wood that time. Just great tackle. Halalilo, remember that shot right there. And we talked about them getting 5 on first down. Now on this, right now, that was important for no gain. 2nd and 10.
That was Woodward with the other one on the tackle there on Halalilo. Yeah. Rose goes wide right to Montgomery to the left. Shotgun formation with the wingback for the Eagles. Miles drops back to pass, looking to his right. Pump fake. Here comes some pressure. Gets hit, and he's able to stay on his feet. Still stays on his feet. Looks downfield, throws deep, has a man, and it's going to be intercepted. South Summit picks it off. It looked like Miles was down twice, able to avoid his knee touching the ground, and Braden Osgathorpe comes up with the interception for South Summit.
Yeah, I don't know how he did that, but let's watch on the replay. He gets flushed out of the pocket. He spins around. He goes down, and his knee did not touch.
Nope.
Good job by the official.
And again, right there,
and almost there. I don't know how he did it. He's got his non-throwing hand on the ground. Probably would have been better off throwing that ball, but interception, first turnover of the game.
And that's the first, what you would call incomplete pass for him as well.
What an athletic play, but South Summit chance to tie this game with the drive right here.
They take over on their own 19-yard line, and just a run up the middle. Stembridge with a decent gain out to about the 24-yard line.
Stembridge, just a very, very strong runner. North and south kind of runner, but very effective and picks up 4.
6 carries for 33 yards on the game for Stembridge. Lashley in the shotgun formation, trips left, one receiver to the right. Takes a snap. Looking to his left, now throws down the sideline to his right for Gimpler. Has him open as he beat his man to the 30, 25, 15, to 10, 5. No one catches him. Lashley to Gimpler for the touchdown. And
77 yards.
Wildcats are a point away from tying the game.
77-yard touchdown strike. That's kind of how the first half ended with that throw, but what a great pass. Man-to-man coverage on the edge, and what was 14-0 is about ready to be tied with an extra point. 14-13 right now. What a throw, Robert.
Yeah. Dominguez on for the extra point to try to tie the game. Snap is good, hold is down, kick is up, and it is good. So with now 3:47 to go in the third quarter, we're all tied up in this 2A semifinal. Layton Christian 14, South Summit 14 on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
We're back here at Zions Bank Stadium as this game has turned after South Summit scored on their opening drive of the second half to get their first points. They get an interception on the other end and go 2 plays with going 81 yards, including a 77-yard touchdown pass from Lashley to Gimpler to tie the game. Dominguez set to kick it away now. 2 back to receive. Bott is there. He drifts into the end zone. It will go into the end zone again. So Layton Christian will not be able to return it. They'll take it at their own 20-yard line with 3:47 to go in the third quarter to start their second drive of the half.
Turnover, big, the first one of the game, and South Summit made him pay for it. So can you get back that? We just got a brand new ball game. Let's just start it over, right? 3:47 to go, and it's tied up in the third quarter.
And South Summit has taken all the momentum at this point.
They really have kind of sucked that momentum out of the air right now and recaptured it. And big play that time, and great quarterback play in this third quarter from Bracken. Just been solid.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Layton Christian. Marcus Miles in shotgun formation. Halalilo to his left. Miles takes the snap as that South Summit shows pressure. Halalilo able to slowly wait for the hole to open up and gets out to the 25-yard line, maybe 26 for a nice gain.
Yeah, good strong run that time. And finally Braxton Blazard able to tackle him for South Summit.
That puts Halalilo over 100 yards on the day. Second down and 4 now for the Eagles. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Miles stays in that shotgun formation. 4-man front here for 3-man front now for the Wildcats. Now they bring pressure. Miles drops the pass, takes a shot, throw down the field is knocked away as he was looking for Olobisi. Good coverage downfield by Wiley Crystal and Braden Osgothorpe for South Summit.
When you get good help from the safety, but Kyson Atkinson that time was just a second late. They brought him on the blitz and unable to get there. Pretty good throw, but triple coverage over there and brings up 3rd and 3. Impressed with Atkinson. You got to see him last week. Was he as active last week?
Yeah, he was 16 of 20 last week.
Wow, he's just...
Or Lashley, you mean, not Atkinson.
I'm talking
yes.
on defense for the middle
Atkinson
linebacker.
Was big last week, yes. Takes a snap. Looks to run it as Miles, able to get to the 30-yard line, across to the 33, as he just kind of high-stepped through some players to pick up a big first down for the Eagles.
Kind of an effort play that time from Miles, and probably a play. They should have stopped him, and his heart just kept going. His feet just kept grinding.
He has 9 carries for 42 yards in the game, does Miles.
Yeah, we saw his balance on the last series, so we know he can stay upright, but good play.
2:40 to go here in the third quarter. 14-14 your score in this 2A semifinal. They'll send Olubisi wide right. Miles under center. Takes a snap. The give to Halulilo, gets hit at the line of scrimmage, and they're going to give him about a half a yard is all. It'll be short of the 35 for essentially a foot gain.
And you watch that adjustment. South Summit drops 8 people into the box, and they just going to stop that first down run. And let's see if they continue to do that. It's almost a way to say we want you to throw it, but we're not going to give you the run right now.
2nd down and 9. Under 2 to go in the third quarter.
South Summit.
They're going to bring Olubisi wide right. Miles again will go under center. 4 seconds in the play clock. Takes a snap, and the flag's going to fly. Yeah, I think he tried to snap. I don't think Olubisi was set yet, and there were a couple of problems there. So it will be a false start on Layton Christian.
Not all on the same chord right there, and so now it's 2nd and 15.
Yeah, 2nd and 14 and a half. We'll give them the foot they gained on that first down play.
Yeah.
Minute 39 to go in the third quarter. Layton Christian trying to take the momentum back after leading 14-0. South Summit has come back to tie it. Miles under center. Sends Olubisi in motion right to left. Takes the snap. Gives to Halulilo. Bounces to the outside. Has some room. Lowers the shoulder and gets out to the 35. Make it 36 or 37. And a decent gain to make it 3rd and much more manageable.
Yeah, Trevor's just a dynamic player. He's just got kind of electric.
Put it to the 36. They need to get to the 44, so it's 3rd and 8.
You're Layton Christian. You don't want to punt right here because you're kicking to a red hot offensive football team at South Summit.
3rd and 8. They go Montgomery wide right. 2 receivers to the left with Bott and Olubisi. Shotgun formation for Miles. Halulilo to his right in the backfield. Takes a snap. Here comes the pressure from South Summit. Has time as Miles. Late pressure comes down. He gets rid of it to Bott. Bott makes a move. Gets the first down across the 45 to the 47 for another big 3rd down conversion for the Eagles.
Well, they did a good job. South Summit sends the blitz again. And this time they did a great job picking it up. Offensive line picked up that blitzer and gave him time to throw the football. That's a big conversion right there.
Yes, it was. 1st and 10 at their own 47.
This could be the last play of the third quarter if they get this one off.
The play clock is a second ahead of the game clock, so
it's up to them right now. They're gonna snap.
They'll have to get it off, or else they'll take a penalty. So 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Miles will be in the pistol formation. Halulilo behind him to his right. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, quarterback keeper, pump fake, tries to run with it, gets hit, and eventually brought down. He got back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. As the third quarter comes to an end, there is a South Summit player that is down on the ground as the quarter ends as well. That's Brady Freeman, one of their key players on the line. And so they're going to go check on him as the quarter comes to an end. So through 3 quarters of play in this semifinal, Freeman helped to his feet. Looks like he's going to be all right, shaking his arm off. But it's all tied up, 14-14. Number 2, South Summit. Number 3, Layton Christian. 12 minutes to go for a spot in the state championship on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
This school year will be different.
This year, I'll do my assignments. On time.
I will listen to my teacher.
I solemnly swear.
I won't eat any glue.
I'll do my homework every night.
Every night.
Research? No problem.
School? I got this.
This year will be different. Visit Centricom.com to power your education with the best internet experience. Everyone succeeds with School to the Power of Centricom.
Welcome back here to Zions Bank Stadium. 2nd down and 10 for Layton Christian near midfield at their own 47-yard line to start the fourth quarter in a tie ball game. 14-14 your score. It'll be two receivers to the left, one to the right. Pistol formation for Miles. Halililo behind him to his left. Left to right goes the man in motion. Miles takes a snap. The give to Halililo on the dive play up the middle. Had a nice run, but gets wrapped up and brought down. Ball came loose. And let's see what the ruling is. South Summit has it. The second turnover of the game again goes in the favor of the Wildcats, and they'll take over right on the 50-yard line.
Well, that's a big one right there. Let's watch. Give it to Halililo, and he comes. He's hit
Caden
by
Hunter.
45, and I can't see who it's on the backside. 45 and 17.
Yeah, that's
Riker Woodward.
The ball was definitely out before he was down.
And Caden Hunter on that tackle, so credit those two guys from South Summit. That's back-to-back turnovers. Kind of no turnovers the first half and two in the second half for LCA.
Great job on the our camera guys with the replay there. As you could see that the ball had clearly come out before he hit the ground. They haven't started anything yet here. They pointed for South Summit football, and now they're having a long discussion at midfield. They're sending both teams to their sideline for the discussion.
Well, we get the replay, so do you want to come watch it? After further review.
The officials continue to talk about what they're going to do here. I don't know what the discussion would be. I mean, they obviously hadn't blown the play dead. They ruled it a fumble, and then they pointed towards South Summit. So I'm not sure if they're just deciding if they want to take that away. I mean, I don't know what that discussion would look like here, because there wasn't a flag or anything on the play.
Here it comes again. You're watching. Let's watch. Make sure no part of his body's down.
They are going to stay with South Summit.
So he's still
the ball
upright.
Pops out there.
There it is. That's fumble.
Yeah.
And he kind of landed, really, as he's falling, he landed on Caden Hunter.
Yep. So South Summit will take over on the 50 after back-to-back turnovers by Layton Christian. 1st and 10, Wildcats.
And a red-hot offensive South Summit team right now.
Trips left, one receiver to the right, Lashley in the shotgun formation. Takes the snap, drops the pass. Here comes the rush. Quick pass to the outside, caught by Gempler, and he'll be brought out of bounds by the defensive player, Isaiah Vea, for another first down, though, for the Wildcats.
And Gempler really, he's having just a huge game for South Summit.
Yeah, he is. Another 11 yards there. 253 yards in the air for Lashley. Gempler's at 181 those yards. 1st and 10. Lashley takes a snap, hand off to Stembridge, hit in the backfield, and a report tried to pull that ball out.
He did.
Stembridge able to hold on to it. Actually, that was an Iverson report on that initial hit.
Was it Justin Soa?
Emily Pawnee, 53.
So he's carrying him, and he's just dragging onto the ball. Good job by Layton Christian trying to get that turnover.
So no gain, 2nd down and 10. Lashley takes a snap. Looks to pass across the middle, has a man. That's going to be dropped as Wolstenhume had it, dropped it, and a flag's going to come in as Ellis came and delivered the blow to Wolstenhume after the play. Coach Stowers saying that's a legal hit.
Well, look legal to me, but let's just see it.
Well, the other part is you've got the defenseless receiver piece as well,
right?
Which you have to either have your hands completely extended or you have to wrap them up and take them down. You can't just hit them.
So the old-time coaches will say, Robert, they're on their way to flags. But trying to safeguard young people.
Personal foul.
Here it comes right here. Yeah, that was late. It was late.
Yeah. So 15 yards takes it down to the 24-yard line for South Summit.
We have the advantage of replay. So 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They better get those chains set. They're kind of lollygagging over there, Robert.
Trips left, one receiver to the right. Lashley takes the snap. Quick pass across the middle, caught by Wolstenhume. Gets hit, and 4 Eagles will bring him down, but he held onto the football as Ellis was trying to take it away. It'll be a gain of 6 to the 18.
Good quick hitter for almost 7. Boy, Lashley's just been on target, hasn't he?
Yeah, I've got him at 15 for 19 in this game.
Well, we had one drop that was,
Lashley takes the snap. Heavy pressure, throws underneath. That's going to be caught by Stembridge, and he gets stood up and driven back by Bott. Only going to be a gain of a yard, maybe 2 on the play.
Boy, and Bott just textbook tackle that time, says, nope, you're not coming this way. And Bott's a good-looking junior, don't you think, Robert?
Yeah. So a gain of 1 on the pass to Stembridge makes it 3rd and 3. 10:03 to go in the game. 14-14 your score.
Iverson reported junior. I mean, they got some, right?
I think, is he a junior?
They show him as a junior here. Well, we've seen rosters wrong. That's a big asset if they got him back.
Yeah. Drops back to pass, throws for the end zone, and tipped by Bott out of bounds as Bott, the safety over the top, jumped the route and knocks it away. 4th down.
What a great defensive play that time for Braden. Kind of a timing route there in the corner.
Yeah, they were looking
for Stambridge?
For Mikhailov. They're looking for Mikhailov is who they were looking for.
Yeah, in the corner.
And Bott did a great job of jumping that route and knocking it away. So 4th and 3, and they're choosing to go for it as opposed to trying to kick the field goal for the lead. Going to go 2 receivers to each side, double twin set. Shotgun formation for Lashley. Stambridge to his right. Left to right, Mikhailov goes in motion.
They're trying to get a jump, and then they're going to probably kick the ball.
They look to the sideline. Play clock will run out. They'll take the timeout, and I think like you said, I think we'll see Oscar Dominguez come out. But with 9:40 to go in the game, we're all tied up. 4th and 3 for the Wildcats when we come back in this 2A semifinal on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
Feeling hurt? Uncomfortable standing, walking, or running? Salt Lake Running Company offers free custom shoe fittings. With an assortment of functional footwear and inserts, we've got solutions to help you have your best workout, work day, or work escape. For over 25 years, SLRC's award-winning customer service has helped people find the perfect personalized fit that keeps them comfortably moving. Visit us at one of our locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com today.
He's back here to Zions Bank Stadium. Prior to Oscar Dominguez's 48-yard attempt getting blocked earlier, and blocked, it was just tipped enough to block it. He was 6 for 6 on the season with a long of 44 on field goal attempts. So he hasn't kicked a lot, but he has been very effective when he has. Well, and this will be a 34-yard attempt for Dominguez coming out of the timeout. Snap is good. Hold is down. The kick is up, and it is good. South Summit has come from 14 down to take a 17-14 lead with a 34-yard field goal by Oscar Dominguez with 9:34 to go in the game. We'll take the break on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West. Or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Welcome back to Zions Bank Stadium. 17 straight points by South Summit, and they have taken a 3-point lead with 9:34 to go in the game in this 2A semifinal as they continue to seize hold of the momentum and keep it. Back to receive now for the Eagles. Braden Bott stands at the 22-yard line. I can't see who the deep return man is.
Looks like number 8 to me, which is
Dominguez with a booming kick, and that one, he did not get into the end zone. Bring it out across the 15, made a man miss at the 15-yard line, and being brought down there on the return was Jetron Singjitfun.
Kelly Kasalki?
No, Jetron Singjitfun.
Oh, on the return?
Yep. That's Coach Stowers gave me an updated roster because they're using old jerseys today. So the
retro jerseys, is that what they
as a result, their roster that everybody can look at is not accurate.
Shoot.
Some of the numbers are
big possession here. 9:27, fourth quarter. And they've had an 8-minute drive, so if they could replicate that, they'd go down, score, and kind of
seal the deal.
1st
and 10. Miles in the pistol formation. Takes the snap. The give to Halililo off the left side, and nowhere to go for Halililo as he is brought down to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
That good job kind of slowing down the run a little bit. And Atkinson, he's just having a stellar day, right?
Yes, he is.
That's why he's the Mike, right?
They'll go to receivers to left again, one to the right. Shotgun formation for Miles. Halililo to his left. Takes a snap, bobbles it. It's on the ground, able to pick it up. Tries to find some space. Now just going to tuck it and run. And gets hit from behind. Avoids the tackle. He's inside his zone 5, looking downfield. Here comes some more pressure. Throws for Halililo, who leaked out to the 20, 25. Flag flies. And out to the 35-yard line. It'll be a first down. But again, there was a flag on the play. Oh, yeah, way downfield. Yeah, and he points to him, and that's the hard part when you scramble for that long.
Exactly.
To expect your lineman to not.
Well, you got they think you're going to run the ball, and they're trying to help you downfield, but that's definitely ineligible. We saw him downfield.
Yep.
Good call by the umpire there.
So ineligible receiver downfield. That'll march him back from the 7-12 and make it second down and 15. Miles is so elusive.
Well, I saw him let him go. When he rolled back here to his right, they had to stay with him because he's looking to dump it to him. But
yeah, the lineman's way past the umpire at that point.
Yeah, Miles is really elusive kid.
Miles drops back to pass again, double twin set, throws in the middle route just through the hands of Montgomery. It falls incomplete.
But that was just good throw, great route, just a little, could have been caught, but it would have been a tough catch.
Layton Christian coaches were wanting a defenseless player hit on that one. Yeah. Did not get the call. 3rd and 15 for Layton Christian with 8:19 to go. They trail South Summit 17-14.
What does Miles have right now up his sleeve? Because he's answered the bell many times today.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation with Halililo to his left in the backfield. Miles takes the snap, drops the pass, looking across the middle. Now going to throw deep for the out route. That's going to be caught, and a flag flies. What a play on the catch by Elijah Ellis. He's going to have enough for a first down, and I think there's even going to be a defensive holding or pass interference called too.
It's an offensive pass interference, or is it defensive? We'll see right now. But what a great catch by Ellis. Great throw.
Yeah, great. Perfectly placed ball by Miles and Ellis with a fantastic diving catch. It's going to be a defensive holding on South Summit. That will be declined, and they'll take the first down to the 29. What a play.
And, you talk about Marcus just coming up with big dynamic plays, and that's what dynamic players do. And
Ellis is the leading receiver on the team for Layton Christian. That's his first catch of the game, and it's a big one for 17 yards.
Yeah, huge catch. And
first and 10 at the 29-yard line. Miles in the shotgun. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff. Quick pass from just wide receiver screen out to Bott. Got a blocker in front of him. Makes a couple of guys miss. Picks up a first down to the 39, maybe 40-yard line.
Got to give him the momentum back a little bit to the Eagles' offense right now.
Bott's been big here in this second half. 3 catches for 32 yards after not having a touch in the first half. He also has a run for 10 yards in this second half.
And Bott's also a junior, so
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for the Eagles. 7.5 to go in the game. Miles takes the snap, bobbles it, has to just tuck it and run, gets hit, avoids the tackle, gets hit again, still avoids it, able to pass it out to Bott. Bott makes a move to the 40, and then he'll be brought down at the 41. Miles, again, just continues to make plays when it looks like he has nowhere to go.
Well, the snap hits him in the right bicep, and he picks it up, and he gets out of 1 tackle. He gets out of 2 tackles. Then he throws a completion out to Bott. I'll tell you, what could have been an 8-yard loss ended up a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, to the 41.
I'm going to call Marcus Miles Houdini. He just keeps getting out of shackles.
Singlet Fun and Montgomery go to the left. They bring Olubisi to the right. Pistol formation for Miles on 2nd and 9. Takes the snap. Heavy pressure, throws across the middle, has Ellis. Ellis able to spin out of a hit as he picks up the first down into South Summit territory down to the 37-yard line.
What a catch and pitch. Breaking tackles, just stiff-arming guys. And so 2 catches on this drive for Elijah Ellis, and they've been big.
Gain of 22 on the play, down to South Summit's 37, 6:22 to go in the game. They brought pressure to South Summit. Miles recognized it immediately, and the tight end Ellis had released right down the seam and was wide open. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Miles takes a snap, gives the handoff to Halililo on the right side, and he'll be brought down at the 31 or 32-yard line for a gain of 6.
Continue to run well on first down is Layton Christian, and
make it a gain of 5, 2nd and 5 for the Eagles. 19 carries for 117 yards in the game for Halililo.
Just done a good job.
Again, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Miles drops back, takes the snap. The give to Halililo, gets hit in the backfield, spun around, and he'll be brought down. He is going to get down to the 30 for a short gain and make it 3rd and 3.
What a tackle by Brady Freeman. Big stop for Freeman. Brings up, obviously, 4-down territory right now for Layton Christian with 5:08 remaining, 4th period.
3rd and 3. They need to get to the 27. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Fake the handoff. Quarterback keeper up the middle. Gets hit as he tries to dive ahead. Just a gain of 1 to the 29. 4th down, Layton Christian.
Yeah, that defensive line right there that time. Trying to see that defensive lineman was there. Is that Carter Wilson, 66? Kind of shut the door right there.
Or 67 was 67. Right there, too. Yeah.
I don't have 67. That's who I saw, but I don't have him on my roster. Yeah. So who is that?
I don't have him on mine either. So
well, he did a good job.
Yes, he did. 4th down and about a little over 2 yards for Layton Christian.
This could be huge right here, and it is. I get the ball in Halililo, wouldn't you? Give it to him.
Miles takes the snap. Going to be a quarterback keeper following Halililo. Has the first down. And he'll be brought down inside the 25, out of bounds at about the 23, and Layton Christian's drive continues.
So they use Halililo as a bait that time.
7-yard gain. Miles now has 12 carries for 50 yards in the game.
Trying to come back and take this lead. Layton Christian, South Summit just trying to hang on right now.
4:08 to go, 17-14 Eagles trailing South Summit Wildcats. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left now for LCA. Under center is Miles. Takes the snap, hands to Halililo. Off the left side, able to pick up about 5 inside the 20 to the 17.
Good sustained drive, and that big pass to Ellis for the first down kind of ignited. Didn't you feel like this drive? I kind of felt like the Eagles were kind of dormant. They were kind of, just they didn't have the momentum, and that was a momentum changer right there.
21 carries for 126 yards on the day for Halililo. It's been a workhorse. Miles now drops back into the pistol on 2nd and 5 from the 17. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Quarterback keeper has nowhere to go. Right there with him was Gempler and big number 67 for a loss of yards, back to the 19.5.
Did a great job controlling that edge that time, Gempler. I mean, there was just nowhere to go for him. And he'd have been better off giving the ball if that was a legit zone read. But now 3rd and 8.
And the ball just across the 20. So the 19.5-yard line, they need to get down to the 12. Under 3 to go in the game. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Miles in the shotgun formation. Halililo to his left in the backfield. Takes the snap, drops back to pass. Pressure coming. Avoids it to his left. Now throws. Has a man open. That'll be caught by Olubisi. Ball's punched loose. South Summit has it. Olubisi made the catch. Turned to go. South Summit knocked it away and recovers at the 11-yard line.
And what a play from Marcus Miles to complete the pass. And from the backside, let's see who knocked that ball loose, because Miles is going to deliver the ball.
Yeah,
He's
that rush of Woodward.
Flushed out by Woodward, completed, and here comes the
Who else? Atkinson.
It's Atkinson. Boy, he's been big. Punched that ball right out, and that's the third turnover in the second half for Layton Christian. Now, Layton Christian has to start thinking timeouts, because you got the lead, 3-point lead, couple of first downs, and it's a ball game. So Layton Christian has to be able to stop this the clock.
Lashy, quick wide receiver screen to Stevens, got a block across the 15 out to the 18-yard line for a gain of 7. And a quick timeout called by Layton Christian using their first of this second half. So a gain of 7 on that one. We're going to keep it right here with 2:31 to go in the game. After the 6-yard game, looks like the ball was started. He started the drive on the 12, not the 11. So a gain of 6 on the pass to Stevens.
So big second down right now, and you just got to kind of maybe take a chance right here if you're Layton Christian, fill every gap, fill every hole, force them into a third down. What a second half for South Summit.
Yeah.
Down
again, you
14.
Look at Layton Christian's first half, the two big drives, right? 8 minutes and 2 seconds, 8 minutes and 45 seconds, 2 touchdowns. Those are the only drives in the first half. Second half, they throw an interception, fumble on their 3 drives in the second half.
So turnovers, they're just – you just can't afford it. They're hard to rebound from, and South Summit perfect on ball security during this game.
Yeah, and they have scored on all 3 of their drives in the second half. 2 touchdowns and a field goal to take the lead. Second down and 4. Coming out of the timeout, 2:31 to go in the game. Lashy takes a snap, going to pass again, pump fake. Now he's going to look downfield, not there, just tucks it to run, and he'll be hit at the 15 and driven back. And they pull his helmet off at the end of the play as well. And they're going to rule the play dead at the 15. South Summit wants a penalty as the forward progress was stopped at the 15, and then his helmet got ripped off. And they're going to make him leave the game as a result of that play.
So let's see what happens right here. Let's watch. Driving him towards the sideline. It's kind of double team there.
The play's already been ruled dead. And then, they just grab his whole head and pull the helmet off.
Yeah, then you got to penalize the quarterback for that play by making him set. They can take a timeout and bring him back in, though.
The question is, who called this timeout?
If it's South Summit, they can bring him back in.
It was Layton Christian. They're using their second timeout.
So it doesn't matter. I think they can bring him back in.
So there's 2:15 to go in the game.
I'm not sure I'd use a timeout right there if they're going to have to bring a backup quarterback in.
Yeah. A loss of 3 on the play for Lashley. Good decision by Lashley. They tried to catch Layton Christian sleeping and getting Gempler deep downfield. The safety stayed over the top for Layton Christian. Good job there. And then Lashley made the good decision to not force it and risk an incompletion or worse, an interception that either would have given the ball to LCA or stopped the clock. He ran it, lost the yardage, but kept the clock running or forced him to use the timeout.
So the reality is LCA has 1 timeout. If you can force one more and then pick up a first down, it's game over. But this third down's huge because so many things you can do. If they don't get this on the punt, you can bring a lot of pressure down here on the 20. You can just send everybody and or just trust. I'll tell you don't want, if you're South Summit, you don't want Marcus Miles to touch the ball again, because he's been a playmaker.
They're just going to go Wildcat with Stembridge because they're not able to bring Lashy back in. So they're going just Wildcat with Stembridge.
So I thought the whole rule was just to give you a pause to be able to look into his eyes and see if he's.
Stembridge gets it out to the 18 is where he'll be brought down for a gain of 3.
They're going to have to punt the football now.
Yep. And have they called timeout? They haven't called timeout yet.
They did now. No, they didn't.
So they can let that clock run down, and that'll leave Layton Christian 1 timeout left with about a minute and a half to go.
Yeah, and maybe this is the time you use the timeout if you're South Summit and stop it to make sure you use that full time and not get a delay, right?
Stembridge checks the play clock.
1 minute 44.
15 seconds on the play clock as they get set to kick it away. Back to receive is Bott, standing at his own 47-yard line. Down to 7 seconds on the play clock.
So
Coach Roof watching. I think that's what's going to happen. Coach Roof is going to call timeout here. And that's
the right decision, right?
Yep. So he lets as much time go off as he can. 1:27 to go. We'll take the timeout with him. 17-14. South Summit leads, getting ready to kick it away here. Back to Layton Christian with 1:27 left in the game in this 2A semifinal on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
A 1:27 to go in the game. The punt team is out for South Summit from their own 18-yard line. Braden Bott back to receive for Layton Christian as we come out of the timeout here. 17-14, South Summit leads. Layton Christian was able to get the stop and still left himself a decent amount of time with one timeout left. Stembridge stands at his own 5 to kick it away. Snap is good. Kick is away. Good high spiraling kick away from Bott. It'll land inside the 50, takes a South Summit roll down to the 40, and they'll touch it down there. And Layton Christian has 1:15 with one timeout to go, 60 yards.
And I'll tell you, don't take anything away right now. Marcus Miles has been a magician all game long. Can he pull one out of the hat right now? They still have one timeout.
Yep. That was the first punt of the game, by the way, with 1:15.
Yeah, the punters, why even bring him on the bus, right?
Except for that they probably, like for the South Summit's case, so you're running back. So
yeah.
So 1st and 10, Layton Christian. They have one timeout.
Right now, the difference is a kicked field goal for South Summit.
Yes, it is.
Well,
Miles will be in the pistol, double twin set. Hollowly low to his left behind him. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Quick pass in the wide receiver screen to Montgomery. Got some blocks, and he'll be brought down at about the 43-yard line for a gain of 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, Riker Woodward on the tackle there for South Summit. A lot of tempo right now for Layton Christian.
They're trying to get players in position.
Letting too much time go off that clock right now.
2nd down and 6. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Another quick pass on the slant. Ball got tipped, and it will be knocked down to the turf, incomplete.
Well, and it was funny because Caden Hunter kind of screened off his own Braxton Blazer from picking that ball up. It was in the air because Hunter's back was to it.
So it's 3rd down and 6 from the 44-yard line for Layton Christian. 49 seconds to go. 25 seconds, 26 seconds has ran off on this drive on those first 2 plays.
Kyson Atkinson imploring the South Summit fan base.
Double twin set again. Miles takes the snap, looking to his left, has plenty of time, throws deep down the middle of the field, has Olabisi just out through him. Olabisi had a step and a half on the defense, and it's just a little bit too far.
Yeah, South Summit saying, whatever you do, he's saying, don't let him over the top. Don't let him over the top. Well, let me tell you, he got over the top.
Yeah, he was a good yard and a half ahead of the defense.
And if that throw, and South Summit's defensive staff not very happy with their safeties right there. But if that ball's just a foot less, that's 6.
It's 4th down now, and if you're Layton Christian, you still have a timeout. I'm saying we got to get the first down.
You got to get the first down. That's
and
what
we'll
matters.
Use timeout if we need to.
Well, he's got everything he's wanted a lot during this game, so here goes Miles.
Takes the snap, looking to his left. They've covered it well. Pump fake. Rolls to his right. Here comes the pressure. A lot of time going off. Deep at his own 20. Able to avoid a tackle. Rolls to his right. Gets some blocks. Comes to the 40. And gets tripped up and brought down just shy of the 50-yard line. He's not going to get the first down. It'll be a turnover on downs, and a flag will fly as he threw the football. And so it'll be a South Summit ball and a penalty tacked onto it with 27 seconds left.
Boy, it comes down to a matter of inches. Let's watch. And boy, you just can't corral him. He's going to roll out to his right, and it kind of took away his running back out of this game because he had to stand block.
Able to avoid the hit there from Gempler.
As he rolls out to his right.
Got some good blocks.
Good blocks
He
from his
gets
running
hit
back.
at the 45, and that's what tripped him up. And,
Yeah,
he
he's
was
short.
clearly down well
He's
short of the 50. And I say well short, at least a foot.
Yeah, at least a foot short.
Yeah.
You could clearly see it. It was a good call by the official. And people don't realize as an official, especially on this side over here, the lines judge side, you don't know where the first down is. You're just trying to mark that ball.
Right. So South Summit takes over with 27 seconds left, and will move on to the state championship game, barring any crazy thing happening here in the final 27 seconds. But Layton Christian with just one timeout.
Yeah, and really the turnovers kind of did in Layton Christian today.
3 second-half turnovers.
And 0 points in the second half, and because of that. But what a game. This has been two super teams, and we got treated to a slugfest, didn't we?
Yes, we did. South Summit lines up in victory formation. Lashley under center. Takes the snap, takes the knee. Coach Stowers is going to use his timeout.
Yeah, I just think you tell your kids.
He called timeout.
Oh, that's another. We got guys throwing their helmet. That's 15 yards right there. But their coaches are talking to the lines judge over here that would have seen it.
Well, I wonder if they didn't initially think to throw the flag on that one because they're just thinking clock's running out. But Layton Christian used their timeout, and so it should have stopped It did stop the clock at about 21 seconds, I think is where they're putting it at.
Yeah, a lot of emotion with young people. I mean, this season started back in July with 3-on-3s and comes to a head right here in November. And
so LCA uses their final timeout as South Summit is 1-0 down away. Actually, they put 26 seconds on the clock.
And, Summit Academy, South Summit in a lot of ways is kind of similar to San Juan, don't you think? They play a little bit the same way. A lot of their single setbacks, a lot of zone read, quick bubble screens and stuff like that. And, obviously San Juan probably the premier team, 36 wins in a row. But it'd be an interesting game next week.
Yeah, it should be a fun matchup.
Huh?
Yep.
What a challenge to face the Broncos anywhere, but that's why we play the game.
Lashley under center one more time. Takes the snap and the knee, and that'll do it. South Summit with 17 second-half points prevails over Layton Christian. 17-14 is your final. The Wildcats move into the state championship game against number 1 San Juan next week, and Layton Christian has their season fall just short here in the semifinals. We'll take a quick break and come back with your Sunrise Engineering postgame show next here on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.